Welcome back. Satisfactory. So glad you're here. I was in the middle of, I was just about to sit down and start making our aluminum sheet factory and getting all that done. And then I realized I'm actually at scrap. I don't actually have the ingots yet. We could ship back the scrap, but it's so bulky, very bulky. And we're trying to ship with drones, and that's gonna be inconvenient, let's say. We're just gonna put in a quick little platform right here as an adjunct to this building. Put down some smelters. We'll have a quick video. Now, doesn't need to be 1,000,000 smelters because at most we're dealing with 1,800 aluminum scrap per minute, right? But we're probably not dealing with that amount of scrap at the same time all the time. Thought here would be what I want to do. Something like, all right, run this. Let's run this backwards. We're receiving the coal here, so we will add. Uh-oh, I don't have my. In case beams on me, hold on. I was technically set up for a different build right now. So we have a single entry. Probably should go ahead and upgrade that to the fastest belt. Currently. And then I kind of envision two entries. We're gonna add these, but then we'll merge it in this. We know we don't need fastest belt for the output. Well, we don't necessarily know. Probably don't, but no need to have to force an upgrade. Okay, the reason why there's two is because we've got two here. Now, when you're looking at this, we've got a lot of scrap. If we check the recipe for aluminum, the recipe that we're gonna use is this one, right? It's pure. We don't have to deal with silica and all that kind of extra input. And it cuts the scrap down in half. So whatever we send out, we can process and divide by 2. Okay, got it. We'll do this one ground level. That's the merger point. Want to output. That might be too close. Put a couple of these down and then delete one or two. Chris has a little bit of room. We'll split. Oh goodness. Cable. Make room for a little bit of cable. Got worried there for a second. I didn't have any localized action cable. Splitter. So on this side, we definitely can slower belt. I mean, the belt does 480, and this is only going to do 60. Good there. The output is not going to be 30, so we're good there. We could consider going bigger on this side of the belt, but let's do that after the fact. So we're taking in 60. 780 divided by 60, 13. Exactly 13. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Right on the edge, 13. Speaking of the edge, suppose we should build the power next so we can actually hover around and get this done. building mergers like crazy. That's because we merged the merchandise. So there you go. And I suppose while we're here, floating above it all, better way. As a total miss. And then W, I guess, while we're here. Let's copy paste. I know it's working because they're putting on the warning light. We'll build in our splitter. Split the supply of goods. This bus needs to be full speed. I'm gonna try it. Normally I would just, since it's on the ground level, I wouldn't trust the split, but we're gonna try it. Actually needs to be max speed. So does that. Here's hoping we have enough aluminum on us. Maybe so far as to say, hopefully we have enough aluminum in the game currently. Build. Doing control clicks on the belt. The hopes that that will lock in and successfully build. Just observing with each click. It's so close that a double click actually makes the build. Just making sure that we see scrap going in. All right, well that was way easier, way faster on that. So what we're planning here is this drone, it's out of batteries, by the way, brings back the, ooh, that's a good point. Internal monologue. We should replace this merger with a splitter or a industrial storage. Which is effectively also a merger, if we can angle it. If we can angle it. Oh, I see. Power poles in the... That's probably going to be valid shape. Ah. What we'll do is we'll get it stuck to the roof here. Then we'll ask for this at the roof level. And then we'll just snake it. Oh, yeah, exactly like that. Exactly how I planned it. Then we'll run this into here. We'll run this side. That acts as a merger. And storage. Because the drone port has internal storage as well, obviously, but if we're going to run multiple drones, we want to make sure that we always have, always have something ready to go. Numbers should work, because I did the numbers. We just have a lot of scrap storage. I'm gonna hand feed the ones at the back, just so we can get going as quickly as possible. You know, when I'm doing this, sometimes I think I'm gonna hand feed the first one on the list so they can pass some materials, pass them down to the rest of them. So that's what I'm doing now. Gives them almost 10 minutes worth of material. They can go ahead and start making for us. And if you look at the recipe again, it goes from 60 to 30 on the belt. So it cuts it in half, which means it makes the drones twice as efficient, right? So instead of moving 60 worth of stuff and then having to process it on the other side, if we process it on this side of the drone, then we only move half as much, which means we can move twice as much with each trip. That actually wasn't bad. I think I should do that again, but for the other half of the belts. Yeah, it's starting to flow. Especially since I took a bunch out of here and hand fed it. That's why it's flowing. But that should mean, now that we've released some of that aluminum scrap, we should be getting flow of coal. We would, except for the fact that we're out of batteries. All right. We'll worry about the actual processing of it here in a bit. If I want to double this output, I need to just make this again. But one thing of interest is if this belt is cutting it in half, that means I'm doing 13 times 30, right? It's 390. If I multiply that by 2, 780. And 13 times 60 times 2. I think I'm going to leave myself open to future upgrades. All right, if I really wanted to, I could keep building this crazy bridge out here. So in order to do that, I'm just going to directly connect this additional line instead of trying to just add it to the other one that I've already built. We'll just make the same thing again, basically. I do like keeping the smoky buildings outdoors. Uh-oh, did I build one too few? Yeah, I did. And I made the mistake of building the splitters first. Good news is you get to compare the pain of building it that way or the other way. Built it just a little further away. Wasn't too bad. A little easier to build the belt than control click the splitters onto the belt. But I also have a pretty high confidence that we didn't have any weird splitters decided not to be built where you thought situation. Get a little closer so it's the up. Yeah, I should build the power first so it's obvious that our copy paste is working. Just get rid of this clip here. Build this guy over here. Connecting the power first just makes it more evident when you're pasting recipe that you're successfully pasting something, because you do get the warning lights. I just talked about this, but it's instructive enough to at least have it made evident, right? So we copy here. We can see that this machine has no recipe, so it has no warning light, which in and of itself is a warning light, but it's also equal to having no power. But if I paste it, now we can see that it's working. If it didn't have materials ready to go, it would be yellow. But since it has power, we know for a fact that the paste is working. These are slightly different distances from the space. That's okay. I'm not changing it. Then we merge the merchandise. So my original thought was I could just merge it in, go around here, then connect to this single belt. But I'm going to put a little bit more effort into it and go ahead and keep it at 2 belts. So that way, if I absolutely need more aluminum ingots, I can expand easier. Whoa. That's a wacky one. I mean, when you get in tune with the game and you understand the beeps and the link confirmations, you can really increase your build by a lot. How many clicks up did I go? quick. 1, 2, 1, 4, 5. One, 5. All right, so now we're supplying coal from both sides. Well, I think there's a screenshot to be had here. Hold on 1 second. As per tradition, I have to figure out the thumbnail in real time. I kind of want to do it standing on the belt, though. In a way where the scrap going in and the aluminum coming out. And maybe with all the smelters in the background. Maybe without our coffee cup hand. There we go. All right. Now, the detail in these buildings is just ridiculous. So we're loaded up with aluminum, but the drones need batteries. We'll give you a cycle of batteries. You can take some of the aluminum ingots away. Huh. It did not take aluminum ingots away. That's disappointing. It's definitely going to bring us some coal back, which is good. You definitely... Oh, if I want to do 2 drones on this path, I'd have to set it up on the other drone pad. Okay, well, that just means I can't do that here. Drones and drone ports are probably the most counterintuitive thing in this game. But we're using 3 batteries per minute, so that'll last us 3 minutes, 33 minutes or so. I'm just surprised that it didn't pick it up and take it out. I'm not specifying any material. I don't even know that I can. Maybe it was already in a cycle, but it just didn't have... batteries. Where are you, little drone? Let's see. I'm sure our drone factory, or where we want to make our batteries and our aluminum. It's up here. This one's coming back now. Our wire factory's over here. And our new ingot factory that we built last video's right over here. So this is where we're going to build our aluminum, because we've got access to the copper ingots and hopefully the aluminum ingots. And then we have access to coal. There's a little bit of sulfur around here, so we can also do the classic battery with the addition of our plastic, which is... Our plastic supplies are right around here. So we're going to see what this drone's going to do here while being very loud. Definitely should drop off coal. There should be no doubt about that. Really has to settle in. There we go. And it picked up the aluminum. Ah. We're definitely gonna need another drone. One drone picks up half. And we're probably stuffing it in a little faster than that. Actually, I guess in order to double check that, maybe to prove it to myself, we'll do a quick cut here. I'll run over. You always want to try to ride a drone. I've never figured out exactly how to do that. I always get tossed off. But, alright, I'll try it. I always get thrown off, though. It goes up, it wiggles around, and then it shoots, and then I get thrown. Maybe there's a technique to it that I don't understand. Heck, even if it just gave me the momentum in the right direction, I would take that. Well, you know, while I'm here, I could probably set it up, right? So each port, if I look at all ports, this is the coal shipper, as in it has coal. We have no destination set. Why if I'm looking at all ports, why am I only seeing one port? Does all ports mean all ports, not this port? So weird. So we want coal shipper. Right now, this port, our instant scrap factory, that wants coal, has a destination of the coal shipper. And then we're going to go to the coal shipper and set a destination for instant scrap. Then we'll go over to that other port, add a drone there, and then effectively we'll have two drones moving coal and aluminum ingots. They should always be able to empty because each drone only takes up half. How do I hold on to this thing? Maybe I should crouch. Last minute check to make sure I had fuel. Oh, yep. See? Totally tossed me. Oh boy. Oh well, it was less walking, but a heck of a lot more waiting. I will, I'll cut here. I'll run over to that other port. I mean, the acceleration on those drones is ridiculous. I'll cut over to that other port and then put that last drone down, then we'll call it a video. I'll be right back. All right, I have arrived. So as promised, our location, Copper Wire Factory, is where we build our copper products, sheets, wire, cables. That last video, we built that copper ingot factory. We can have a place to make our aluminum casings and sheets. Both recipes we're going to use include copper. And then we're here to deal with our aluminum ingots. Now, a drone won't leave if it can't unload. That's okay because this guy's not going to have batteries on this side. Yeah, we definitely need to get the batteries going. The lack of batteries is going to be a huge problem. So it's going to deliver some more coal. And then we're going to max speed getting the aluminum out of here. And then we'll call it a video. So I really want to make this kind of like a little drone port network in this area. But for right now, we're going to sketch. And we're going to put I have that on my toolbar. I should use my toolbar. Why am I hearing constant wind noises? Okay, so that is just confirming that we have... Oh, one of the drones is not taking off for some reason, so the other one can't land. Do I need a way to get up here? Aw. We'll have to fix that. All right. Uh-oh. Sorry. This is really loud. I turned down the volume. So, it's still really loud in my headphones. What are you doing? Okay, so it has... I'm trying my best not to yell. It has a bunch of ingots, and there's not enough space for him to unload. So we're not unloading fast enough. Plus, we're kind of cutting ourselves off here. Yeah, that's very clippy. Totally missed. No. We'll just adjust this. Just a tiny amount. Not exactly what I wanted, but possibly what I needed. And let's try to... line this up. Okay. There we go. Phew. Now we'll see how clippy it is. No, I think it's fine now. Then we'll just make sure that everything is Mark 5. All right. So now that's going to dump out as quickly as we can get it to. And that should leave room for our drones here to move things about. I think what I'm going to do is give them a little space. Give them a little room to breathe here. Okay, now that we've given them total room, we'll make sure that we're not totally and completely clogging up the system here, and then we'll call it. So it's going to drop off about to here in aluminum ingots. To here. And those ingots are going to get shipped out of there. As fast as they can. Now, it doesn't matter when you're dealing with batteries on the drones. As long as one side or the other has enough batteries, and as long as the drone has enough batteries to land and do a round trip, should be all set. This is 9 per trip. We're going to hook this station directly up with batteries, so it should be fine. Yeah, we're totally good. The second half is going to land here probably any second, but becoming nighttime again in my wonderful power tower, shining brightly in the night. All right, so they completely and totally dumped their ingots. Those ingots are moved over here. So we've got our copper right there. We've got our copper right here, 400 per minute, and we've got our aluminum ingots right here. And then somewhere in this little area right here, we're gonna build a sheet, container, and casing factory. But that is definitely a problem for the next video. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.